they're gonna let you know about it. But if you're so humble, just turn away, say it's okay. So they pick and choose where they should be humble, not be humble. Okay. We left off on Lamed Beis and Amud Beis. Okay, Omer Abaye, Natinon, Shlich Maton Hariku Shlich Haget. That when you appoint an agent to deliver a gift, it's the same as appointing an agent to deliver a get. Now the question is, you can't compare the two, correct? Because if you give a gift to an agent on behalf of another party, and you don't tell him, you don't instruct him saying, I only want you to deliver it, I don't want you to take possession on behalf. Right? What's the halacha? The person can't take possession on behalf. Because the man says, I want you to deliver it, and I don't want you, meaning I'm not releasing it until that person receives it. So you're the agent only to deliver it. Correct? I mean, let's understand. Person delivers a get. So we say he can't take possession of the get on behalf of the woman because it's a chov. It's a detriment. We say, unless the woman appoints him to be her shaliach, unbeknown to her, he cannot be her shaliach. Correct? A gift, because it's a schus, it's beneficial. The person could be the agent of the recipient, unbeknown to the recipient. The man says, I don't want you to take possession on behalf of the recipient until you give it to him. That means he can't. Because that means the gifter is not releasing it until the person who's meant to receive it receives it. So therefore you can't represent that person as much as you want to represent him. Correct? But let's understand. But if that's the case, I don't need the Xeris Kosev Shlichus. You tell the person, go to the store, buy me something. And he goes, buys it. Do I need a Xeris Kosev Shlichus? He's an errand boy. That's all. He's a delivery man. Right? If I tell you to deliver a gift to a person, and I don't want you to take possession on that person's behalf, you can say the same thing to a goy, to a non-Jew. Ein Shlichus Laku. A non-Jew cannot be an agent. Over there, as long as the gifter is agreeable that it should be given, what difference if you put it in the mail or you send it with a person, you send it with a carrier pigeon, it's all the same. Right? It's not the halacha of shliach. He's the gifter, he's representing me. And if he's not representing me, if halachically he's not the equivalent of the benefactor, right? Doesn't make a difference. Same thing. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. There's the Dvar of Ram, the Covenant Rav, has a question. Could you send Shalach Manos with a non-Jew? Because it's supposed to be sent through a shliach. It should not be given directly from one person to the other. It should go through an intermediary. So he writes that the halach of shliach, regarding Shalach Manos, is not the shliach by kedushin. Kedushin, the husband has to marry the woman. So if there's no law of shliach, so what's the law? The husband's not marrying her. So you can't marry a woman on behalf of another party if you're not that party. If the Torah says shlich shom kamoso, the shlich is the equivalent of the husband. So the husband's marrying the woman. But if there's not a shliach, you're not a shlich, you can't marry her. But what about sending shalach manos? It has to be sent through an intermediary. That's all it is. So it's intermediary, whether you're a Jew or not a Jew, or it goes through the postman, it's all the same. So you don't need the Xeris Kosev Shliach to fulfill the mitzvah Shlach Manos the way it was legislated. That's the Dvar Avram. That's what he writes. So if the man, the gifter, the benefactor says, I don't want you to take possession of the gift on behalf of the recipient. I just want you to deliver it. Do I need a Xeris Kosev Shlichus for that? You don't. All it is, he's a delivery person. He's running an errand on behalf of the one who's giving the gift. That's all it is. But by get, there, even when he says, when the person delivers the get, he has to be the husband. If he's not the husband, the get's not valid, because Torah says, noson diodo, the husband has to put the get in the woman's hand. So if halachically he's not the equivalent of the husband, she's not divorced. Correct? So when we say over here, nakti shliach maton hariu k'shliach haget, the one who gives the matona, the gift, is the equivalent of shliach haget, giving a get. And we'll say, that means, and he says, Nafkamina leholech lav kischi, dummy. If you hold, when he says just bring it, if you say bring it is lav kischi. He's saying to him, don't take possession of the matar. So therefore, so are they really the equivalent? They're not really equivalent. Because by get, the shlich is the husband. He has to be the husband. By the gift, he doesn't have to be. He could even do that even with a non-Jew. Right? So see, because if you read the Gemara, simply means it's the exact same mechanics. The law, the halacha, which applies to him, but it's not. It is the result is the same. That until the person receives it, it's not effective yet. You're not the owner of the gift. You're not divorced yet. But why? Because in one case you're the shliach, in the other case you're not a shliach. You're not really a shliach. But it has no. It doesn't add anything. Being the agent adds nothing.
Is the reason that the Thai is using the word Rakakiti instead of halacha? Why is he using the word Rakakiti instead of halacha?
No, because Gitin is a chov. Why can't the agent take possession on behalf of the woman unbeknown to the woman?
Why is he using the language Rakakiti?
Kishlich haget, it's identical. Again, what? It means it's taken on. Naktim means it's taken on.
Why? When does it halacha? The language is not unusual.
Okay, so what do you say?
I'm asking. I don't know. Why is it using
No,
the
means
language
it means
halacha?
Halacha. You have to no. Naktim means it's so simple. It's so definite and clear. There's no question in this area that when a person says hold a get, it's no different. Hold a matona, it's like giving a get, and just by get, it's impossible to take possession unless when a person gives such specific instructions, it's not possible to take possession on behalf of the recipient. That's what it's saying. For instance, the halacha is the Gemara in Kedushin says how do we know shlichus? Right. One of the sources is Korban Pesach. It says v'shachtos ol kol kal Yisrael. The chiyuv, the obligation to shech the Korban Pesach is on every Jew. So it says the whole class is slaughtering Korban Pesach. So the Gemara asks, I mean, what everybody slaughters the same animal? You have one animal, you have 15 people, 20 people participating in one sheep, one goat, right? So from here we learn how is it shachtu because they all appointed one person to be an agent. That person is slaughtering the Korban Pesach on their behalf. So there, this halacha, you have to do the actual slaughtering. So over there, you need halacha of shlichus. If you're not going to shlich sham kamoso, the slaughterer is not the one who instructs him to slaughter, because over there it has to be the person. Okay. Ravina Ashkel Rav Nachbar Yitzchok the totally v'koi be'ivr dedosha. You know, when a person is like in a quandary, he's totally absorbed in thought. He was like his head was leaning on the hinge of the door, right? Deeply engrossed in thought. V'komi boile botil mahu. We said earlier, according to Bryce, if he says botelhu, it should be nullified. So we say regarding a get, since it's labo, right? It's referring to the future. He's not saying it originally was nullified. He's saying it should be nullified. But that's when you say botelhu. What about if he says just botel? If he says it, the connotation of it means it should be. But he says botel, maybe botel means it was always botel. So is it ovar, is it past or is it future? Ma'u teku. It's left unresolved. Tishbi towards kushas abayus. Omer Rav Shei Amado b'masniso. Rav Shei says, and others say was said in the Brisa Tono. Masnisa Tono. Get zelo yoil. Let's say he says, this get should not be effective. V'lo yatir. It should not permit. V'lo yaziv. V'lo yishlach. V'lo yigarish. Yecheres. It should be like a piece of pottery. Yekicheres. It should be pottery. It should be like a piece of pottery. The word of Kayomi. Because this is all the future. The get is a good get. It should not be effective. Why is it not be effective? Eino moil, eino matir. Say this get cannot. So that you're addressing the validity of the get. What is the force of the get? It's eino moil, eino matir, eino maziv, eino mishalech. It's not fit to be sent. But that's not reality, right? The get was written. It was a good get. How could he say it's not? It's like we said before. He says posulu. It's possible. The get is not possible. So we said before, and if he gives that get with the shliach and the woman receives it, it's valid. What does that mean there? So wherever it says this. That's a separate thing. The agent has testify, but let's say the husband will go to a bezdin before the get arrives. What is shliach that he sent? Goes before a bezdin. Initially, we said if he makes a statement for a bezdin, he can cancel the shlichus. He can cancel the get. Yeah, but when saying now puzzle, that's exactly the case. If we know factually it was done properly, let's say we say, he can say puzzle because he never authorized it, so for the right to get. But we're talking about he did authorize it. It's not only, see, when he says puzzle, it's speaking, we know it was valid originally, and he says it's puzzle. You can't say, if it's day, you can't say it's night, right? You're saying something which has no meaning to it, right? That's exactly what we say. The word of kayomen, these words are meaningless. So all these expressions, cheresu, right? This get is not effective to divorce with, but it is effective to divorce with. Cheresu, kicheresu, lo maklum. Iboilu, harehu cheres. Mao. What about if he puts the hu before the cheres? Is that connote the future, or that's connote the past? Okay, stop here.